I wanted to just stop for a moment and answer this question someone asked me recently. And they asked, is marriage worth it? And I looked at them and I was like, are you kidding me? But you really have to think about it. People, I believe, today are asking themselves the question, is it worth it? Is it worth the headache? You know, the statistics show that many marriages don't survive. Even the best of them that you think that are doing so well, you look up, they're separated or divorced. So wait a minute. I had to get close to say this one. I think there is a skewed sense of what marriage is today. And I believe that's what the challenge is. You know, I asked a group of students that were 18 to 20-year-olds recently, did they have a desire to get married? And most of them raised their hand and said, yes, they do have a desire to get married. And some of them don't understand the concept that it is a covenant with God and your spouse and not just a contract. So when we gather the real meaning of what marriage is and have a healthy perspective of what marriage is, then you will understand that marriage is worth it. I want to give you a few things on why I believe marriage is so worth it. It's so worth it. When God calls you to be married, the first thing I want you to understand is it is a blessing from God. So that means you cannot take it for granted. It is something that not only comes from Him, it is a gift. I would tell you that marriage can save your life. And I know that may be pretty heavy for you to understand, but can I give it to you from a personal perspective? My marriage has saved my life. It has saved me from many dark days. It has saved me from thinking negative, whether it be about myself or about a situation or a circumstance or even about somebody else. Marriage can save your life because it is a blessing from God. All right, here's a couple more things I want to share with you. Marriage is a mirror to your soul. And when I say marriage is a mirror to your soul, that means your spouse sees things that you don't realize that are there, or maybe you're ignoring that are there. People have mentioned it to you, but the one who loves you the most, they see those things. They see things that you try to cover up when you go out in public. We can dress ourselves up, we can fix ourselves up, but your spouse, they're going to see it all. In order to have a thriving marriage, they should see it all. It all's on the table. So that basically means that your marriage is a mirror to your soul. They see what we call a 360 of your life, where you may only see what's in front of you. My husband, he can see everything that's around me. He can protect me. He can help me. He serves me. He lifts me up. He lets me know, hey, watch out, that's coming. And you may not, it may be in your blind spot. But my husband is the one that can let me know it's there. He challenges me as well, which brings my second point. My second point is marriage is not hard work. Marriage is heart work. It is the work of the heart. And I do believe that many people don't want to do that type of work. And I believe that that becomes a challenge to people. And at times it leads them on paths they are not ready to go down. They have avoided most of their life. But marriage is the work of the heart. And in order for us to be better as wives, then we have to be able to do the work of the heart, the healing, the filling up, the replenishing of the heart. It takes intentionality for us to be exceptional wives. Next, I want to share with you, marriage is an example of God's love on the earth. I mean, when I think about that, it just brings me chills that God entrusted in me and blessed me to be married. And that my marriage is an example of God's love on the earth. So that means when people see me and my husband, they should see love. It doesn't come just easily, naturally, because we're two individual people who coming together to be one flesh. It takes work, the work of the heart. It takes your spouse to be able to be that mirror to your soul. But most importantly is that it is a demonstration of love upon the earth. So what is it supposed to look like? It's supposed to look like giving to each other. It's supposed to be about sacrifice, because that's what love is. Come on. John 3:16 tells us that God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have what? Eternal life. God demonstrated love by giving his son, sacrificed his son. That's what true love is. And our marriage should be a demonstration of that. So that when people see us, they should say, and I know they love each other. So that when you are out and about and, people know that you are married because the way you carry yourself, the way you operate, the way you respond to people. Whether I'm on my job or out at an event, I should carry myself like a married woman should. There are things that I should say, things that I should do, my posture, all of it should represent that I am a married woman. And so I always want to live a life that represents a godly wife. So if you're asking yourself the question, is marriage worth it? The astounding answer is yes, it's worth it. Here's one thing I learned, and this is a bonus for you. If I want to have a healthy, whole, thriving marriage, I have to do better. And in order for me to do better in my marriage, I have to be better. So in order for me to be better, I have to be patient with myself, give grace to myself, but ensure that I'm working at it every day to be a better wife, because I know if I become better, I'll be able to do better because I became better. And when you do better, you have better. That is the key and the secret to a marriage that not only survives, but most of all, thrives. Marriage is worth it.